jaunty little tune as it is. Welcome, folks. You're with Rob Allen in the Medicine Show Radio Moose Mobile this evening in my hometown of Nairn. And Gaidrich it is as well. Hasn't stopped raining all day, which is unusual for now because it never usually rains here. Lovely to be with you. Thanks for joining us. And even lovelier to have, I'm saying cousin Noel McKay.
Hey, great to be
How you
here.
doing? Aha! Yeah, in Nashville as well, no?
I'm in Nashville. Yeah, that music that you were playing made me homesick for Nashville, and now I realize I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. That's a Cherokee Shuffle. You will know that, I would imagine.
I hit the bluegrass picks all the time around here. So
Yeah, well, I said cousin Noel McKay, but you call it McKay in America, don't you?
Yeah, I did get Americanized somewhere in there. McKay,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want to talk about your family roots because they hail all the way back, along with some of the music that you play all the way back to the Highlands of Scotland via the east coast of America and Nashville as well. Come to that. I would like to talk about that. I'd like to obviously come up to date with what your music is doing and how your COVID year has been as well. And look forward to happier times together with some music.
I feel like they're coming up pretty soon.
I feel more optimistic, and it always helps to have the music around as well. So I wonder, would you have a song that you could introduce yourself to those that don't know who Noel McKay is? I'm going to call you McKay. I can't say McKay.
Please do.
Because I'm a McKay on my mother's side. If you're very aware, and we're nearly in McKay country here. Yeah. What song would you like to play?
I'm going to play a song called "You Ought to Write a Song About That."
Excellent.
When I was 12 years old, I broke my arm getting kicked by a cow on a dairy farm. The fella that owned it wore a pork pie hat. You ought to write a song about that. My grandma used to call my grandpa Gramps. He made a fortune selling old rare stamps. Ate like a horse, but he never got fat. You ought to write a song about that. I got a good job working all day long. Got no time for writing little songs. Maybe someday I'll turn on my TV and see you singing this song. That was my idea. My aunt lived in Poland during World War II. Escaped from the Germans in an old canoe. Moved to Minnesota, had 100 cats. You ought to write a song about that. Heard about a guy that said he was the best, won a golden fiddle in a fiddle contest. When he beat the devil in a minute flat, you ought to write a song about that. Or a guy in California on a desert route gets a hotel room, but he wants to check out. They won't let him leave the party where he's at. You ought to write a song about that. I got a good job working all day long. Got no time for writing little songs. Maybe someday I'll turn on my TV and see you singing this song. That was my idea. I know it takes savvy and lots of luck to make a good song, make $1 million bucks. And when you do, don't forget about our little chat and that I was the one that said you ought to write a song about that. You ought to write a song about that. I said you ought to write a song about that. Well, there's my friend Steve Hall, and from South Texas. Hey, Steve, good to see you. Rob, are you still there? Well, all right. Then I'm going to do a different one. Let's see. They're tearing down this house across the street, which always brings me down because, a house is a work of art. Rob, hey, Rob. I think that's a still picture of you. Anyway, can you still hear me out there? Okay. I can't hear you anymore, Rob, but I can see you. I can see you talking, but you're muted somehow. Anyway, all right. So I was a framing carpenter in South Texas for about 5 years, and it was well, it's too hot there to really work throughout the year. We get about 2 weeks of good weather in the spring, and 2 weeks of good weather in the fall, and the rest is either sort of unpleasantly cold or blazing on the surface of the sun hot. So here's a song I wrote about that, more or less. It goes like this. Before the sun's even up, you can hear my hammer beating just as steady as a metronome. You see me in the morning when you're driving away, and I'll be working when you get back home. I map it all out and get it organized up on the slab when the concrete dries. Lay out the blueprints, snap the lines. I make them out of cedar, fir, oak, and pine. I build houses. I build houses. I've seen a lot of good carpenters set themselves at a serious disadvantage. The whole thing would go together better if they learned to communicate in Spanish. When you nailed them up, set them up, plumbed and braced, laid every joist out in its place, deck the second floor and then you start again, frame up the roof and dry the whole thing, and I build houses. I build houses. I turned a lot of good farmland into this town's big outward expansion. I pulled enough splinters out of my two hands to build myself a giant mansion. I framed every kind of roof, every angle pitch. Made a lot of contractors filthy rich. I know every floor plan, huge or tiny. I make them look like they were built by God Almighty. I build houses. I build houses. I build houses. That's the name of that one. Well, Rob, I'm still not hearing you. Maybe everybody else can. I don't know. I can't hear what you're saying. Let's see. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep playing then. I'm going to do a relatively new one that I wrote with Grace Adele and Keenan Wade and Brennan Lee. And yeah, it's about being existentially stuck. Oh, look, it's 10 a.m. and I'm back in here again. It's not how I thought my life would go at all. It's time to close the blinds, turn on the neon signs, and open up the bar in the strip mall. My first customer of the day pulls up in his Chevrolet. I'm already mixing up his highball. He's never learned my name, but every day we watch the game on the TVs at the bar in the strip mall. Some guy just wandered in with a summons and a pen. The owners in the back playing foosball. But we all know what to say. No, he's not in today. Come back next week to the bar in the strip mall. Oh, karaoke Ron turns his speakers on and aims his spotlight at the disco ball. 'Cause it's every lady's dream to sing Islands in the Stream with Ron at the bar in the strip mall. Oh, look, it's 2 a.m. and I'm closing up again. Can't you hear me hollering last call? If there's drunks who still ain't gone, I just turn them bright lights on and they scatter from the bar in the strip mall. Shut her down and lock the door. Tomorrow they'll be back for more. I'll set them up and pour them tall. It's called the end of the line. It's the bar in the strip mall.